I wish I didn't have to talk about this again. But after last night's video about me talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene and her stupid, silly-ass excuses about what happened in Chicago, the shootings, it's just getting worse. And of course, I'm talking about the idiot, KKK Grand Dragon wannabe, Tucker Carlson. I'm sorry to put you all through this. Here's what he says.
Robert Bobby Crimo. Would you sell a gun to that guy? Does he seem like a nutcase? Of course he does. So why didn't anyone raise an alarm? Well, maybe because he didn't stand out. Maybe because there are a lot of young men in America who suddenly look and act a lot like this guy. It's not an attack, it's just true. Like Crimo, they inhabit a solitary fantasy world of social media, porn, and video games. They're high on government-endorsed weed. Smoke some more, it's good for you. They're numbed by the endless psychotropic drugs that are handed out at every school in the country by crackpots posing as counselors.
Where do I even start with this guy? Seriously? This guy is against every single gun law we can try to create. And this is going to segue into a statement I'm going to read later on in the video. But this guy is against every single gun law, red flag, common sense gun law, red flag laws, anything that comes with guns. And now he's blaming the system for not catching this. The same thing you're going up against is the thing you're blaming the system for not catching. And now he's trying to blame drugs and porn and video games and social media for what happened. Really? Really? So do you fall into that category, Tucker? Since you're a media personality, you go off against everything, and you're saying that you're to blame too? Oh man, it just keeps getting worse. It just keeps getting worse.
And of course, they're angry. They know that their lives will not be better than their parents. They'll be worse. That's all but guaranteed. They know that. They're not that stupid.
Their lives will be worse than their parents. Really? How do you know that? What exactly are you getting at, Tucker? Their lives will be worse than their parents. What does that exactly mean? Is that the chief motivation for the gun violence we're seeing in this country? That they don't care? Let's kill them all? Kill themselves? Kill innocent people? That's it? That's their chief motivation? Seriously, Tucker? Oh man. And he has a new villain to blame on this as well.
And yet the authorities in their lives, mostly women, never stops lecturing them about their so-called privilege. You're male, you're privileged. Imagine that. Try to imagine an unhealthier, unhappier life than that. So a lot of young men in America are going nuts. Are you surprised?
So now, first it was the drugs, the porn, the social media, video games. Now you're blaming women? You're actually blaming women? My God, you really are that fucking pathetic, aren't you, Tucker? You really are that pathetic. I really don't know what to say to that, honestly. But it just feeds into this narrative that everything else is to blame, but not the guns. And this segues to a statement that I'm going to read to you right now that a friend of mine posted on Facebook not too long ago that feeds into this. And it's the same excuse that we keep hearing over and over again from the gun lobbyists, from politicians, right-wing politicians, and especially people like Tucker Carlson and Marjorie Taylor Greene, who I made a video about yesterday. Here's my opinion of the Second Amendment about the bullshit NRA excuse that I hear from a lot of Second Amendment loving, gun-toting, gun-loving people constantly repeating like a parrot. Guns don't kill people, people kill people. First of all, that's a very misleading statement that selfish people use who are more concerned about being slightly inconvenienced rather than saving the lives of thousands of innocent people by having responsible gun laws. They should say, guns don't kill people, people with guns kill people. Therefore, we need to do a better job of keeping guns out of the hands of malicious people who use them to do harm to others. A gun has only one purpose: to kill. In the hands of a psychopath, is a weapon of mass death. Without access to guns and bullets, it makes it a far more difficult to kill innocent people. It's an asinine excuse from people who have Second Amendment fetish. The phrase, guns don't kill people, people kill people, is meaningless. For example, shovels don't dig holes, people dig holes. Rakes don't rake leaves, people rake leaves. Golf clubs don't play golf, people play golf. Cars don't drive, people drive cars. Well, with the Tesla, whatever, who cares? Now, while all this is true, the main purpose of a shovel is to make it easier for people to dig holes. The main purpose of a rake is to make it easier for a person to rake leaves. The main purpose of a golf club is to make it easier for a person to play golf. The main purpose of a car is to help a person get from point A to point B faster and more efficient than walking. The main purpose of a gun is to make it easier for a person to kill something, or God forbid, it kills someone. Now they're going to use the hunting excuse. I'm a hunter. I used to hunt when I was a kid. I understand that. But the NRA believes a well-thought-out explanation of the gun issue should fit on the bumper sticker of a trunk or a car. Any reasonable explanation that took up more space would be considered unreasonable by the NRA or gun-loving MAGAs. A lot of gun-loving people simply don't care about other men and women or children being massacred so long as it isn't them or their family. This is an extreme selfishness a lot of Americans have. A lot of gun-loving Americans listen to conservative politicians or conservative news, Tucker Carlson, I'm talking to you, and don't listen to facts from experts on how responsible gun laws do work to save lives. They refuse to do research and educate themselves on the facts. Sadly, we live in a nation that seems to value guns over the lives of American men, women, and children. One day, God forbid, did these gun-toting loons ever suffer the loss of a family member from gun violence, for their opinions may drastically change. First of all, thank you for my friend for posting this, but I hope that God, I wish no ill on anyone. I can't wish that on anyone, no matter how evil they are. And trust me, these people who are fighting against common sense gun laws, while making excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after bullshit excuse on why mass shootings happen. I wish no evil on them, but maybe, just maybe, they'll understand if they lose someone to gun violence, if they lose someone to a mass shooting. I have been asking people on Facebook for years, what if it was your son or your daughter, your wife or your husband, any member of your family, any family member that's incredibly close that was in the schools in your Uvalde or Sandy Hook or Newtown? I keep asking them that simple question, whether it was your child in those schools, whether it was your child in that church, whether it was your child in that supermarket, whether it was your child in anywhere where a mass shooting happened. Will you then take action to stop this? Or will you still keep saying guns don't kill people, people kill people? Will you still create the same bullshit excuse that Marjorie Taylor Greene posted on her podcast I showed on the video, my latest video, or what Tucker Carlson said in this tirade of his? The way I see it right now, and this is incredibly tragic, is that they will continue to make the same bullshit excuse that guns don't kill people, porn kills people. Too much porn, too much social media, too much this, too much that, too much drugs. Everything but the gun. but the easy access to guns. I hope to God nothing like that happens to their member of their families. Because I'm not the evil person who wishes that on anyone. I can't do that. I won't do that. But maybe if it did happen, maybe they'll understand. Because quite honestly, I don't think they do. And I don't think they ever will until it does happen. I don't think they will if it does happen. That's how deadly destructive these people are. That's how, and as long as people like Tucker Carlson and Tucker, I'm about to circulate a petition to get you pulled off the air and held responsible for your words. Don't think for 1 second it can't happen, because it can. Every time something like this happens, you make excuses for it happening. The excuses are over, and it's time for action. And if you're not going to do anything about it, Tucker, Mary Jean Taylor Greene, right-wing Republicans, the MAGA, get the hell out of our way, or we'll push you out of the way. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.